Hello. This is my first time doing YouTube Live out and about. I am in a parking lot somewhere in Las Vegas, and it's actually super, super, super hot outside. It's 104 according to my little dial on the car here, because I was out at the library preparing some things for the upcoming workshop, and I didn't want to like sort of lose my headspace at the library. I wanted to be able to like leave, record this video, and then go back to the library. So I'm in a parking lot close to the library, wanting to get some work done after this. Darlene says in Riverside, California, hot, hot. Yeah, Darlene. Oh my gosh, 104 here right now, but it's a dry heat. Right? It means nothing. Oh, it really does. It's not, it doesn't feel that terrible, but I definitely have to have my air conditioning running in the car right now. Hey, Maddie. I'm so glad to see you guys. Thanks for joining me today. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. You are awesome. So it is what day is it? Thursday? And I am in the middle of a registration period, which is open for my upcoming weight loss consistency and mindset workshop. I know you guys have been hearing me talk about this. It's starting next week. There's only a couple days left to register, so I wanted to do a little video to talk about this. And I'm going to be talking about three really important things that you need to know about weight loss and consistency, so I can give you some free content. And also, if you want to sign up for the workshop, registration is open now, okay? So I'm going to do my best here to not get distracted by all the cars around me. Charlene says, hi, from Stockton, California, 98 here. Yeah. Hey, Jennifer. Good to see you too, babe. Yeah, Charlene, it's insane here right now. It's one of those things where, like this time of year, you just stay inside. It's air conditioning all the way up until about mid-September. We need to be inside here in Vegas. So let me get back to my comments here. Marlon says, low-calorie foods to stop cravings help. Yeah, okay, so let me just answer that question. And by the way, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm going to answer questions on this Q&A whenever you bring them up. So go ahead and hit me with questions if you have calorie foods to stop cravings. I'm just going to give you one tip that I always used to love, which was to make a quick sweet smoothie. Tons of greens, tons of vegetables in it, but I would put a date or two in it and some cherries and fruit. That is, I feel like, the best thing you can do to make really quickly and just chug. If you can make 12 or 16 ounces, I promise you, if you chug the whole thing within just a minute or so, it's really, really going to help cravings, slow those down. And it's also really kind of something I used to do sometimes was when I would have my lunch salad, I would have a smoothie afterwards. It's kind of like fill in the cracks, of the salad, and that would make me feel full, and then I would feel a lot more satisfied that way too. So I think smoothies are the best way to go. And of course, we know that Eat to Live nutritarian food is like low calorie in general anyways. So as long as we're not overdoing it on the higher calorie things like nuts and seeds and stuff like that, then we're gonna, be doing better. Jennifer, I'm just a regular person, girl. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Today we're gonna talk about 3 things you should know about weight loss and consistency. So if you're interested in this topic, this is going to be super awesome for you. And this is going to be all the kind of stuff that we're going to be talking about on the upcoming workshop, okay? So let's start with number 1. I've talked about this before, and I'm going to be harping on this because this is literally the number 1 thing you have to know about consistency. It is that your thoughts create all the results, okay? So this is kind of a concept that when we first hear it, it feels a little slippery. It sounds believable, but it feels kind of slippery to like understand. And so that's why I feel like doing things like watching my videos, doing my workshop, doing my 21-day challenges, all the sort of stuff that I put out. If you can become a private client of mine, same kind of a thing. Doing all this stuff and continuing to keep the education going and keeping this information going in your mind is going to just cement these concepts. That's how we create beliefs, is by repeating a thought, okay? So the more you learn this stuff, the more you repeat these beliefs, and the more you try to study this information. So it means that, well, one thing that's really cool, if you think about it, if thoughts create results, if we want different results, all we have to change is our thoughts. So that can be a little difficult because people don't believe that thoughts are choices, but they really are. Every single thought that comes into our mind is a choice. We believe that some of them are involuntary and not choices because we always think them, but typically that's the only reason that we keep thinking it. And that's the only reason we keep believing it is because we just have been thinking it for so long. So if we can start to realize that our thoughts are choices, we can take the thoughts that are not serving us and we can change them and turn them into something that is going to motivate us positively and get us in the right direction. Okay. Maddie says, hold on. Oops. Maddie says, how do you get past Friday? I can be 100% compliant until Friday night. Yeah. The weekend sucks for routine and discipline. All right. So in this idea, wait, let me just answer this question real quick. Diana says, any idea when I might do another 21-day challenge? Yes, ma'am. September 30th. Mark your calendar. Next challenge is coming up next month. Okay. So Maddie's like, the weekend sucks for routine and discipline. For sure. This was my story too, Maddie, for the longest time. So here's the thing. What happens is during the week, you're like, I can do this because I'm in my 9 to 5 or whatever it is. I'm in a routine. I can do this. Maybe I'm alone. I can make choices by myself. It's a little bit easier that way. But then when the weekend comes around, we're with boyfriends or we're with husbands or we're with family or September 30th, Diana, 20th, the 30th. Okay. So get ready. We're with other people and then that starts to throw us off. And, we're having these thoughts about it. It's not even the fact that we're with other people. It's not even the fact that we're not at work anymore. The difference is our thoughts change, okay? So during the week, our thoughts are, no, I got this. I can do this by myself. It's all fine. Then our thoughts switch to, uh-oh, Friday's coming up. Uh-oh, weekend's coming. I have this thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to resist. It's really scary. I'm not going to be able to do this. The thoughts changed. During the week, the thoughts were, I got this. During the weekend, the thoughts were, uh-oh, I don't know if I got this. That's the only difference there. Because when you think the thought, uh-oh, I don't know if I got this, or weekends are hard, it makes you feel disempowered. It makes you feel worried. It makes you feel anxious. When you feel anxious, that creates like yourself and snack more and stuff like that. And then you end up getting poor results. But as I said, our thoughts create our results. So if you want different results, you got to be thinking different things. And you can see it in your own life because during the week, your thoughts are, I got this. This is not difficult. This is easy. If you had the same thoughts about the weekend, I got this. This is not difficult. This is easy. Just because I'm going out with friends doesn't mean I have to overeat. Just because this is happening, nothing is different than the weekend. If those were your thoughts, you get through the weekend with the breeze, right? Like no problem. But your thoughts are about worry and overwhelm and concern and being anxious. When we're coming from thoughts that create those feelings, we are absolutely going to not do so well on our lifestyle plan or whatever that is. Same with exercise, same with not drinking, same with anything that we want to cut back on, same with watching Netflix, whatever it is. If we can't, we definitely won't, right? Because it makes us feel disempowered. We need to have thoughts that are going to make us feel like we got this, okay? So that's number one. Our thoughts create our results. Now, in the workshop, we are going to be going into mega detail on this and how to actually do this, how to actually change those thoughts. So just keep that in mind that this is the kind of stuff that we're going to continue to be talking about, okay? All right, the number two thing I wanted to talk about, I talked about this before in the videos of people who are interested in the workshop, but I don't know if I talked about this on my YouTube channel yet, but this is a really cool concept that's worth repeating anyways if I've already talked about it, okay? So I want you to take a moment to imagine that you are in your kitchen craving something and you're kind of like looking around rummaging for something, right? Like I used to do this all the time. I'd be like rummaging, like trying to find the thing that was gonna get rid of that craving, right? So I'd get really creative. I'd open up my fridge. I'd see stuff like one of the big things for me was always my daughter's pancakes. I make these whole, like they're healthy, right? They're like Whole Foods pancakes. I would just eat all of them at once, right? Definitely don't need that many calories at a time. And I would just eat them all at once. They're just made of like fruits and bananas and stuff like that. But I did not need all those calories. I was just binging, right? It wasn't an actual caloric need. I was just like craving something. So I would eat all these pancakes. What I noticed, and this is what I want you to do. I want you to notice the thoughts that you have in your mind when you're standing in front of the fridge craving something, or in front of your pantry, or you're kind of doing that like craving dance, like you're trying to find something to get rid of that craving. When you're having that craving, I want you to think about the thoughts that are going through your mind. Now, these are the thoughts that I would have. Always like, I'm gonna eat this, I'm gonna eat that, I wanna eat that, it's gonna be so great, blah, blah, blah. But I would have other thoughts, like, and these were the ones that I think are really important. You're not gonna be able to stop eating this thing once you start. You're powerless over this food. You're going to eat all of it. Like, you're gonna eat that, then you're gonna eat that whole thing. You're not gonna be able to stop, blah, blah, blah. Okay, these are the kinds of thoughts that I think are worth paying attention. Well, I think all of our thoughts are worth paying attention to, but these ones specifically, because what I want you to do is now I want you to take those kinds of thoughts that you have, and I want you to personify them as an actual person standing behind you saying that to you. Okay, what are you going to think about that person standing behind you saying that to you, right? They're not very nice. Like, I should not listen to them. They're a bully, right? That's my thought bully or whatever. First of all, I don't have to believe those thoughts, okay? But now what I want you to do is instead of you having these thoughts, I want you to imagine, like, pick a female in your life that you love to death. It could be your daughter, it could be your mom, it could be your best friend. Pick one of those females and hold her in your mind for a sec, okay? Now I want you to imagine that same exact bully that you have standing behind her, telling her those things. You'll never be able to stop doing this. You're terrible at this. You're going to eat all of it. Like, I know you. You're not good at this. So if that person that you loved had that bully standing behind her, how would you feel about that bully, right? Like, you would be like even more um is I want you to first of all notice that your thoughts create your results. So if your thoughts are all about you can't do this, you're not going to be able to do it, this, it's going to make you feel crappy. When we feel crappy, we snack more, right? So we have to be coming at things from a place of better thoughts. We have to be coming at things from a place of more positivity. So how do we create thoughts that are more positive? That's what we're talking about in the workshop. We're going to go almost 13 minutes in this video, and I'm barely scratching the surface of any of this stuff. There is so much to be said on this topic, so much to be said for how to actually put this into place in your life, that sort of thing. So, by the way, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I'm doing live. I'll answer questions you guys have in this video as well. So if you have any questions, let me know. So that is stuff we're going to be talking about on the workshop. So this workshop is going to be 6 weeks. I've already got a bunch of people signed up for it already. It's going to be super awesome because it's not too many people to where it's going to be too much noise. It's going to be just enough people, I can tell, to where we're going to get to really like listen to each other's stories, hear what we have to say, and you will get to learn from other people's stories as well. And I tell you, there is nothing like hearing someone else's story and then how they solve it, right? Like, that's why I think Q&As are so important. And if you guys can ask some questions on this one, if you have any, let me know, because hearing answers to someone else's, like, tell me, what is your biggest struggle? Like, what is the thing you struggle with the most? And what do you want help with? I guarantee we're going to be talking about it on the workshop as well. And so in a place like a workshop, it's going to be great because there's going to be live Q&A, people asking questions and me answering them all, and you'll be able to hear everyone's answers, okay? So we're going to be talking about stuff like this that I'm talking about. And I'm just going to go and give you guys the last little tip I had here for you on weight loss and consistency, which is about plateaus. I have a little note here that I'm referring to about plateaus. So already from the workshop, there's a few people who have asked the question that they always get stuck on plateaus and how do they get over plateaus. So we're going to be talking so much about this in the workshop, but I wanted to give you like a little tidbit about plateaus that I notice in my private coaching all the time with clients, in myself from my past journey, and all over YouTube and everywhere people are asking me questions. They always ask about plateaus. And so I'm going to be answering this very in depth in the workshop, but wanted to mention one note about plateaus. Did you ever notice that getting over a round number, whether it's a 10, like going from 200 to 190, or even 5? Someone was saying this in my Facebook Live, and the 5s are difficult too, like getting below 195. Sometimes we can have trouble getting over those too. So did you ever notice, give me a thumbs up, did you ever notice if you kind of have, a little bit of an issue getting over those round numbers? Just had to reconnect, and I don't know if this is working or not, but I'm just going to keep talking. Let me just mention real quick this workshop. There's a link to it in here. Oh, I can't, I guess. put a comment in here as well at some point about how to sign up for it. So you can sign up at thewateringmouth.com/workshop, and you will get lots of really great information about it, wateringmouth.com/workshop. And if you sign up there, you'll be able to get information in the future, like if you can't go on this one, about future workshops that I've done as well, okay? So let me try to get through this before my internet kicks out again, and I'll try to answer questions. Charlene, I saw your comment there. So the difference between 200 and 199 is purely mental, because what happens is we start to create a story around those numbers. As we're getting closer to 200 from, say, 208 or 206 or whatever, as we're getting closer to 200, we start to have a little bit of anxiety around going from 200 to 199. The reason is because we have created identity around the numbers. We have created a story about those numbers. I'm a person in the 200s. I've never been a person in the 100s before. Now I'm about to get into the 100s. Then we have anxiety about it because we're like, well, what if I can't do it? What if it doesn't work? What if I'm not this person? What if I'm not supposed to? What if I'm not worthy? Blah, blah, blah. We have all these thoughts around these round numbers. But metabolically, there is. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me. Hope you can. Gonna just keep going and power through. So metabolically, there's no difference between going between 203 and 202 or 200 and 199. No difference whatsoever. The only difference is mental, you guys. So I wanted to just kind of give you this little idea about plateaus. It is so important to understand that there's no difference in any of these numbers. All the numbers are exactly the same. The only thing that changes is your thought. So when we start to attach some identity around what these numbers mean, that's when we get thrown off. That's when we start to have trouble losing weight at different numbers. But there's no difference. So keep that in mind. I don't know if you've ever had an issue with that, but it's something that I see all the time. And there is no difference in getting over a plateau when it's a round number kind of a thing. Plateaus in general and what to do to get over plateaus if you ever come across them. It's very, very simple techniques, but all of it has to do with our thoughts. So I hope you saw the theme today was all about our thoughts. Charlene said, you do good when your hubby's gone, then he comes home and brings pizzas that we cannot control. And so the one thing that we can control is our thoughts, right? That is the one thing that we can control. And we're going to be talking all about how to do that and how to use our thoughts to create the weight loss and consistency that we're looking for. So because my video keeps cutting out, I'm going to end this video here in just a second. If you got any quick questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them. As I said, this it's going to be amazing. 6 weeks, 30 to 60 minutes of instruction like this every single week. Tip of the iceberg I went into today. We're really going to get into the nuts and bolts and the nitty gritty of how to do this for life on the workshop. There's also going to be Q&A at the end of every workshop as well. And I'm going to do my best to answer every single question that every attendee has. I've got so many of them already, and I'm planning out exactly how to respond to them and to give you the information that you need so that you guys can be consistent in weight loss for the rest of your life, okay? 6 weeks of live instruction starts next week. It is open for registration right now, and it's only going to be open for another couple of days. Actually, I think Saturday night is the last time that you're going to be able to register for this. So make sure you sign up. wateringmouth.com/workshop. Or there's a link directly to the final sales kind of a page in the description of this video as well. I would love to see you. It's once a week, Darlene. Once a week, it's going to be recorded. So everything will be recorded and uploaded for you to be able to watch anytime you want for the rest of your life, lifetime access. So if you can't make a workshop or you can't make any of them, still sign up because it's going to be super great to go back and have all this for reference. There's going to be worksheets and exercises that we're doing together to really make these concepts stick. It's going to be fantastic. There's also a bunch of bonus PDFs, one on meal planning and prepping with I've never done a product on meal planning and prepping before, and this is going to be so much awesome stuff. Darlene, it's going to be 60 to 90 minutes per class. Some of them might go over a little bit, but 60 to 90 minutes each one in 6 weeks of that, okay, once a week. So I've never done bonuses on meal prepping or planning before, and I have so much information about this I'm going to be giving to you guys. There's another bonus with these, it's like nutritarian quick recipe cards that you guys are going to be able to flip through in your kitchen and be able to just pick stuff create formulas, basically. You're going to be able to see what kind of a formula, how to make these meals, things like that. There's also a private Facebook group included as well. So everyone in the workshop is going to be able to talk to each other and sort of crowdsource the information that we're all trying to get together at the same time. And these are going to be like the cream of the crop kind of people that are investing in their future, investing in how to actually make these changes for the rest of their life. So if you're interested in weight loss and consistency for the rest of your life and the mindset that it takes to do it, check out the workshop. If you can't join me this time, no problem. Still sign up at thewateringmouth.com/workshop, because I will be releasing more information about the stuff in the future, and being on that list is going to ensure that you get that information. Okay, that's what I got for you guys for today. I'm going to hop off because I don't want this video to cut out anymore, but I thank you so much for spending some time with me in this actually not hot car. I'm glad my car stayed cool in this 104-degree weather. And I hope to see you guys in the workshop. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. All right. Have a great day. See ya. Mwah. Bye. All right. My hand hurts.